Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wicked Art. It's Wicked here, and it is Tiny Tuesday, and kind of sticking with that Halloween theme since it's, October. We're going to draw Sam from Trick or Treat. It's one of my favorite Trick or Treat kind of characters. We're going to go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and we'll start with a big old circle. Okay, so we'll just sketch that out. Try to keep it somewhat even. Okay, so we'll erase that. And then I want to kind of draw the burlap sack and stuff like that. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to kind of build out the body first. So I'm going to kind of draw like a cute chibi version of him. So first thing we're going to do is just build out this body. Alright. Then we want get our shoulder, come down to the arm here. Okay, so we're building our hand up on that side. We want to get our other shoulder over here. Let's come down this way. We're just kind of rough sketching it out. Now put a little hand there. Put a little hand here. That'll just be our kind of placeholder for now. Okay, we'll put our legs here. And kind of build that underwear type shape right in here. One leg. So now we need to make a second one. Okay, so build that up. And we want to kind of do his shoes. Just build this kind of like an egg shape right in here. Okay, so now we have the baseline for everything. So we're going to start drawing in things like the burlap sack shape. And just kind of build that around shoulders. Okay, and that runs right down into the head. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is we want to establish the eyes, which he has two buttons, kind of like creepy characters from the alternate world of Coraline. I'm just going to draw these two circles in here. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm now going to go in and I'm going to go ahead and refine my eyes. And let's just erase out any of the sketchiness that's in there. Okay. And I'm going to give it an edge. So I'm going to stay as close to the edge of this circle as I can. Okay, so it gives me that. Then what I want to do is we want to make the stitched part of the eye with a little simple X, like that. And then we can kind of thicken up the ends so it looks like it's going into a hole. Okay. Then we'll come over here and I'm going to refine that circle. Again, just clean up the sketchiness. Okay, I'm going to give it an edge. I'm going to go on the outside this time just to make it a little bit more even. Okay, and then again, I want to get those stitches on the button. And then just thicken up those ends to look like they're going into holes. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we want to kind of get the rest of the head set up. Now the way we're going to do that is I'm going to refine my circle here. Okay, and we're just going to erase the sketchy lines so it looks nice and clean. Okay, now we're going to do our stitch work going down the burlap sack. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we can kind of set up. Well, we'll make it easier. We'll do it this way so it's not so hard to do. So we're going to do the same thing like we did with the eyes. And we're going to draw in these little stitch marks. And then every so often, we're going to like angle them different directions just so they're not the same and kind of break it up a little bit. So just work your way through, making that same kind of almost like a pill shape. And we're going to go all the way down the center of the mask here. Made that one a little bit too thick. So I'm just going to shrink that down some. Come down. Like I said, we're going to go all the way down the center right here, okay? Now he has another set of stitching that comes across to kind of make it look like there's a smile. Excuse me. Keep coughing this morning, so my apologies. Okay, so we're going to start that about right here. And we're just going to keep going this way. Now if you notice, I've changed the direction of my stitching to be up and down vertically. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of overlap right in here. And then we're going to come around and go the other way as well. And again, I'm just kind of turning them to make it so it's not exactly the same the whole way up. Okay, let's do one more right here. So now I have the basis of my head done. Now the thing that we want to do is we want it to kind of look like it's a burlap sack. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to draw these lines that run up to the head. And I'm going to make them nice and refined. And just work my way towards the center. Now in order to keep that round shape, I'm going to start working my way this way. And just round it with the shape of the head. Okay, so right now it doesn't look like much, but I promise the end result will give it more of that burlap sack look. And they don't have to be perfectly even. At the end of the day, we're just trying to sell the look of it. Okay. So now I've done everything that way, and the way we're going to get that kind of burlap sack look is we're now going to run across the other direction. Okay. Get my camera to stop focusing in and out. So we'll just kind of take it across that way. I'll probably put some of the lines a little bit closer together. Now, if you don't like the way that these lines look, you can obviously leave them off and not put them on there at all. Okay, so I'm going to leave that choice up to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's your artwork. You do what looks best. Because what we could have done, instead of just doing every individual line like this, we could have just gave hints as to what it looks like. But okay, So now we have a little bit of rope around the neck, then comes out. Okay. And then as far as the rest goes, it's more of like a loose leather, so just kind of go over it and refine it. Okay. And then we'll do the same down here. Again, you don't have to, it's optional, you can leave it without lines. But I want to keep that same look. For that burlap sack. Okay. Now in all actuality, things would probably be a little bit closer together with some of the lines. Wouldn't be so much of a gap down in there. So on just certain ones, if you want to bring them closer together, you can. Again, I'm going to leave that option up to you, whether you even want to do these lines or not. Okay. So next thing I want to do, I want to draw in his hands and sucker that he carries. It's kind of bit off. It's kind of almost like his weapon a little bit. And we'll get that thumb right in there. Let's just clean up inside my hand like that. And then we can bring the sucker stick out. It's a pretty big lollipop that he's holding on to. Okay, and then all you have to do is start like you're drawing a moon. And yes, we're going to take it up into that burlap sack. Okay, and then you want to kind of make it jagged. And I can erase just inside the sucker. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of the pumpkin's eye there. Okay, so we kind of got like a bitten off piece here. And we can just kind of give the sucker an edge. So it looks like it's been chomped on. Okay, then we want to kind of, he's wearing almost like pajamas, the long johns. So we want to kind of put these like ridges around the edge of his clothes. Now we can give the clothes some wrinkles. Same thing here. Now he has like patching pockets on his clothes. So we can put that in here. It's a little patch there. Okay, we can take the leg out. Come down. Into our shoe. Let's kind of have an overlap here. And we'll have that run down. Kind of has an overhang. So we can just clean up all that sketchy line work. And then just take that back for the edge. And then we're going to knock this down. Clean that up. All the loose lines off of there. Okay. Now in this hand over here, kind of do the same thing. Draw our fingers out. Kind of have our thumb here. Let's turn the pinky that way more. Then again, just kind of clean up inside. Okay. And then we can get his little bag of Halloween candy. Right in there. Okay, we can get, let's get a little bit of wrinklage going on out here. Take that down. Just cleaning up that sketchiness in there. And we'll get our shoe right here. Okay. Then we can kind of come in and get some wrinkles in the clothes. Just so it's not so flat. And then let's come out here to our shoulder. Get a wrinkle in there. Kind of come out to the elbow just a little bit. Bring that out. Because again, we want that kind of long john footed pajama look going. And I'm just cleaning up the sketchiness inside of there. Okay. Now, again, if you chose not to, look, you can leave this part on there. Actually, before I move on to that stuff, let's do this one last patch. It's down there at the bottom. Let's see if I erase out my lines. Let's see. I think I'm just going to leave it be. Again, my apologies for my indecisiveness, but if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have just left the lines out. Maybe done a few suggestive lines, but we'll leave as is. Don't want to ruin the picture. Okay. So we'll just leave it as it is. What I will do though is let's go ahead and let's thicken up the edge on the outside. Again, you don't have to do this part. Just personal choice on mine to do that. And the thing about my channel with art is even if something doesn't turn out exactly the way you wanted it to, I still want to give you the finished project to just show you that it doesn't have to be perfect all the time to finish your work. There's no sense in balling it up and throwing it away. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the body and just thicken up the edge just so it pops somewhere. It'll give it a little bit more roundness. Okay, so I'll just continue going around. And just thicken up the outside edge. I think what'll help is, and what I'm going to do after this, is if we just shade in, I don't mean like actually shade, but like maybe if we just color it in with our pencil, and not black, but like a really kind of medium tone. That'll help offset all those lines in there. I think it's just because it looks so plain right now without any color. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to lightly, I'm going to leave the rope string alone. But I'm going to lightly color in the burlap sack cover. Okay, so I'm not coloring it black or anything. Just kind of scribbling over it to kind of get those lines to blend in a little bit more. That way it's not so harsh on the eyes. Again, you don't have to do this, and if you didn't do the lines at all, you don't really have to worry about it. Okay, I want to make sure, leave the eyes alone for now, but we'll probably color those in black as well. Okay. And I'll do the same. I want to kind of add in the bag top here. I'll probably do the same since it's also brown. I'll just color that in. Nice and solid. And I think what I'll do is we'll just color in the eyes. His buttons are black. Okay, so I'm going to color in this outside edge. Kind of like that. Certain things you want to go back over maybe is your stitching on the face. But this like inside area, not going to color it black. I'm just going to kind of do like a dark gray. Like that. Like I said, our work always can't be winners. Like I said, if in hindsight it was 2020 and go back, I tell myself not to do the lines for the burlap sack. But hey, it's whatever. What we could do to help, I'm going to test that out. Could just color in the stitching on the face. See if that helps it stand out against. Yeah, it helps a little bit. Like I said, it looks like a little muddied mess, but it's whatever. It happens. So like you could follow the video again up to the point of where I'm doing the line work for the burlap sack texture, and then just not add those lines in there. It's probably just a poor choice on my part, but hey, art's all about making mistakes. It's okay if it happens. Okay, so that's gonna do it for our Sam. If you like what you saw, or you have a suggestion for next week on any video, please leave a comment. You can like and subscribe, share if you're interested and you want to learn some more. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to keep sketching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.